I'd like to thank the City of Rancho Mirage and the Rancho Mirage Library for their continued support. Welcome to the World Report, Homeland Security. Maxine Waters amplifies the rhetoric and the violence that's becoming very prevalent on the left now. Trump's travel ban is upheld by the Supreme Court of the United States, which is a big victory. Let's talk about Maxine Waters and the left and a lot of these late-night comedians and calls for Sarah Sanders and DHS officials and Homeland Security officials and their kids. I mean, now the rhetoric on the left has gotten very violent. And they're the ones that call us violent, which is amazing to me. What's your feeling about what's going on in this country? And are we headed down towards a civil war?
I think they're self-destructive because...
You do?
Yes, I do, because I think by doing that, there are more and more blue-collar people, even people in the middle classes are disgusted by this. They don't talk a lot, but they vote. And I predict that the mid-term elections are going to show you that there's a lot of people that aren't talking are voting. And I think it'll happen.
So you think the people that do most of the talking are the ones that get recognized and showcased, but the people that are quietly sitting there, minding their own business, going to work, paying their taxes, going to church, are going to show these people?
You couldn't have said it better. That's exactly right. That's what's happening. And this poll finally showed that 51% of people in this country give Trump grade A+ for the economy, and only 36% say no. And they don't even say they don't give Trump the benefit of the doubt. So I would say the quiet Americans who are working every day and decent and living the kind of life that we respect are going to be voting very heavily in this coming election coming up in November.
So the Hollywood types like the Robert De Niro's and Samantha Bees and all of these people that come out there and say these vile things about the president, about his son. It was Peter Fonda that actually called for Barron Trump, a kid, to be put into a cage with a bunch of pedophiles. I mean, you don't think that this blows over into some actual violence of people getting hurt? People getting killed?
No, I think we're still in a position where, actually under Trump, I think law and order will prevail. He's letting these guys who you're talking about, these revolutionaries, are killing themselves. These multimillionaires up in Silicon Valley, a guy like Zuckerberg, for God's sake, the guy is a billionaire many times over, and the guy knows nothing. Give him credit. He quit college, and he came out in his garage with this idea, and now, because he has so much money, people are listening to him. But if you ever listen to what he says, he's so stupid. He may be a great businessman because he came up with an idea, but a lot of these guys came up with ideas, they're billionaires, but know nothing about politics in the sense of what makes a country great. The patriotism of the United States is what makes this a country of leadership.
Are you surprised that the Supreme Court upheld Donald Trump's travel ban?
Not really, because I know that he got this one man in there that he needed.
Gorsuch?
Exactly. That made the difference.
And now let me ask you something. Ruth Buzzy Ginsburg, who was completely anti-Trump, said some really nasty things about him during the campaign. Shouldn't she have to recuse herself from being able to vote on some of these Trump decisions?
Trouble is we don't have a heavy hand in this country. Trump is he's a great communicator, and he's speaking the language of the blue-collar average American. See,
he's the blue-collar billionaire.
Well, he talks like one of the people, and the people appreciate it, but they don't get the headlines. The headlines are getting the Silicon Valley type.
The Hollywoods.
Or the Hollywood group, which is, they're beneath contempt as far as I'm concerned.
You're predicting a red wave in this midterm election?
Oh, yes, I do. I really do. They're very quiet. Nobody would have bet that Trump was going to beat Hillary.
True.
I think this is going to come back, and I guess it's November the 8th.
And they play him that he's so dumb and he doesn't pay attention. He was smart enough to know what states he had to win the electoral college. And it didn't matter who won the popular vote. He knew exactly what he had to do to put 270 in his pocket.
But not only that, when you consider that Hillary started with Illinois,
California,
New York.
Yeah.
So she had about 35% of the votes needed.
Before you even start.
Yeah, but they forgot about the factory workers up in Minnesota,
Wisconsin, Pennsylvania,
Ohio.
Yeah.
They were very surprised at that. But they don't do a lot of talking. And now I think the Democrats are self-destructive. They don't know it because they have such a high ego.
I'd like to thank the City of Rancho Mirage and the Rancho Mirage Library for their continued support.